The movie starts with Diana Prince riding a horse through a Texas town. She is being watched by the men outside, each with a gun. She stops and goes to the bar to get a drink. She orders whiskey and takes a sip. A man walks over to her and tries to flirt with her, but she tells him to keep moving. This angers the man and he tries to fight her. Using her lasso, Diana beats him and throws his friend, who tries to attack her as well, through the window. The man draws his gun and is about to shoot Diana when it is shot off his hand by a man with a scarred face coming down the stairs. He apologizes to Diana about his men's behavior and introduces himself. His name is Jonah Hex. He invites her to his office for a drink, and she follows him. In the office, he pours them both a glass of whiskey and explains to Diana that they had to attack the bank after the bank took the land from the people. He tries to convince her to join their cause when they see a family arrive in the city. The man who attacked Diana earlier and his men stopped the cart. The man in the cart tries to explain that they are just going through, but he is pulled down and beaten. His wife steps in and stands between the men and her husband, but the man who attacked Diana earlier shot them both. The daughter of the couple in the cart sees this and starts running. Diana jumps from Jonah's office onto her horse and rides towards the girl. Jonah's men are about to shoot the girl when two of them are shot in the head by Diana. She takes the girl on a horse and rides her towards the bank. The people at the bank exchanged fire with Jonah's men until Diana and the girl reached their side safely. The little girl is calmed down and handed over to the woman who will take care of her. A man thanks Diana, but the sheriff blames her, saying that because of what she did, Jonah will kill them now, and she should leave. But Diana says she was only passing through. The man who thanked her asks for her name, but Diana can't seem to remember it. Jonah comes to the barrier separating the bank from the town and lights a dynamite. He puts it in a cart attached to a horse and sends the horse towards the bank. Diana shouts that they should shoot the wheels, but they're unsuccessful. She throws the man who thanked her earlier to safety, and the dynamite explodes. The people at the bank are surprised to see that she is okay, and the little girl from earlier calls her an angel. Diana attacks Jonah and his men and destroys their weapons, leaving them running for their lives. Seeing that the supplies of the people at the bank have been destroyed, Diana suggests they load from the town while she distracts Jonah that night. Meanwhile, at the bar, the man who attacked Diana and the two of his friends challenge Jonah's authority. He places his family clock on the table and says they draw their guns once the clock stops ticking. He wins the gun duel, killing all three men before they could draw their guns after the clock stopped ticking. Later that night, Diana sneaks into Jonah's room, but he is waiting for her. A fight starts, but Diana overpowers him and ties him with the lasso of truth, compelling him to tell her that they have filled a train with dynamite, on its way to kill the people at the bank so they can take the gold. Diana leaves and tells the man from earlier to evacuate people from the bank. She goes to the train and throws out Jonah's men on board. She moves the tracks so that the train destroys the bank and the people are left unscathed. The man from earlier is happy that they can return to town, since there is nothing for the people to fight over anymore, and asks Diana to stay with them. But he is shot dead by Jonah. Diana attacks Jonah and beats him to a pulp. She then leaves the town. Bruce kills the warlord in battle and the warlord attacks him. They battle each other, but warlord wins, and Bruce is taken prisoner. Bruce offers to draw them a map to the wizard, the man who sponsored the mercenary who attacked his army, for his freedom and a bag of gold. Machist warns Warlord that he shouldn't show Bruce mercy, but Warlord says that Bruce will earn his freedom by taking them to Warlord. The Warlord chains Bruce to himself before starting the journey. On their way, they come across a city, and Bruce suggests they travel by night, but Warlord reminds him that the sun is always out on the planet, and asks where Bruce is from, but Bruce can't seem to remember. At night, the group camps, and Bruce is asked how the wizard is. He tells them that he doesn't know and that he only joined the mercenaries because he was promised gold once he got the head of the warlord. He tells them that there is darkness in every man, including the warlord. In the jungle, the warlord and his army are almost hit by the rhino-like creatures who come charging at them. Bruce pulls Warlord to safety. He tells Bruce that saving him doesn't free him, and that he should come down from the tree he climbed. But Bruce tells him that he is on the lookout for what is chasing the creatures that charged at them. A dinosaur-like creature comes out, and Warlord kills it. The army chops down wood and makes a raft to travel across the sea. They are attacked by a large sea creature which destroys the raft and kills some of the men. The warlord pulls Bruce to safety. While climbing the mountain, the group is attacked by a flying creature, but Maria jumps on it and stabs it. The creature crashes into the forest with Maria on its back. At the top of the mountain, Machist steps into the cave, ignoring the warlord's command, and is killed. Bruce notices cables connected to the cave and disconnects them. Warlord asks how he knows of this, but he says he has no idea. They enter the cave and Bruce notices and deactivates some traps. They're attacked by a minotaur, but manage to escape. They are separated by a door with the warlord locked with the minotaur. Bruce can't reach the lever to lift the door and asks Warlord to unlock his chain. The warlord does this, but Bruce leaves him and runs to the wizard's throne. He sees Diana and Maria tied to the throne of the wizard. Maria asks about the warlord, but Bruce tells her that he is dead. She asks him to free her, but he says he's going to take care of his own interests first, and starts taking gold from the room. The wizard arrives and asks of the warlord. Bruce tells him that he is dead and he wants to get paid. Maria is surprised, and the wizard tells her that bringing Warlord to his lair was all Bruce's idea. The wizard tells Bruce to kill Maria to get his pay, but he refuses. The wizard then shoots him, but the bullet is stopped by the head of a minotaur, which the warlord tosses in between Bruce and the bullet. The wizard shoots at Bruce and the wizard until he runs out of bullets. Then Bruce punches him. Seeing that he is cornered, the wizard turns into a snake and attacks the group. Diana is freed and also joins the fight. The warlord picks up a pistol and puts in a bullet. He remembers his name and shoots the snake in the eye. The snake turns back into a wizard and disappears, saying he will have his revenge. Bruce and Diana identify themselves, but not their names. They reckon that they have a mission and a portal opens for them. Bruce tries to get Warlord to follow them, but he tells them he has to protect his people and frees Maria. Bruce and Diana enter the portal. The scene changes to black and white, and Detective Clark Kent arrives at a bar. He is welcomed by Officer Faraday, who introduces him to Officer Bruce Wayne. The three enter the bar, and Detective Kent questions the people in the bar. Each one said they saw a UFO crash and an alien come out of it. One of the people tells Clark to confirm his story from Diana, sitting at the end of the bar. He goes to question Diana, but she tells him she doesn't remember much. One of the people in the bar tells Clark that he noticed that when they went to check out the crashed UFO, 5 tracks entered the forest while 6 came out, and he suspects one of them is an alien, suggesting that it is Diana. Clark starts hearing the radio and tells the bartender to switch it off, but they tell him that the radio is off. He goes to the bathroom to clear his head. Clark rinses his face and comes out of the bathroom to see Bruce and Diana waiting for him. They tell him they also hear the radio, and his body touches theirs, giving him some visions. Clark is confused while a man shouts that he shoots Diana and that she is the alien. Clark pushes the man and the man flies to the other end of the room, breaking his neck. The man rises, says he is the alien, and changes shape. The other people except Faraday also change shapes and attack the group. Diana, Bruce, and Clark fight them off and drive off. Bruce tells Clark to open the gas tank and shoot a flare gun at the gasoline that pours from it. He does, and this kills the aliens. Clark, Bruce, and Diana arrive at the crashed UFO and enter it. Color returns to the scene. They see an alien tied down and Faraday comes in. He tells Clark to shoot Diana and Bruce and do his job, as that is the American way, but Clark refuses and Faraday shoots him. The bullet deflects and Clark knocks him out. The alien emits a signal and everything changes. The alien turns out to be a Martian manhunter. The group hears someone coming and they hide, along with Faraday's body. A creature comes and tortures the alien. Clark can't sit back and do nothing, so he attacks the creature. Using his heat vision, he defeats the creature. Martian Manhunter regains consciousness and tells them that he has been living in their heads for a while. He says the Warworld, which is the ship they are on, makes him do it. He tells them that he found a back door, and that is why they were able to escape. He says that the Warworld is a planet destroyer that feeds on the anguish of people on it. He tells them to escape the ship. While talking, Lobo comes into the room and shoots Clark, Diana, and Bruce. He drags the Martian Manhunter out. Clark, Bruce, and Diana regain consciousness and realize they were only knocked out. Bruce is still puzzled about how he can operate the computers in the ship. They find their super suits and they dress up. They see the people on board being cloned as they die. They then decide to save the Martian Manhunter. Meanwhile, Lobo takes the Martian Manhunter to Mongol, who says he is disappointed in him. He tells him that he thought he had the key to the Warworld, but if he couldn't get the key, he would feed his anguish to the Warworld. He says he captured so many white Martians, thinking they had the key, before Lobo found Martian Manhunter, the last green Martian. Lobo secretly unchains the Martian Manhunter. The white Martians on board receive distress calls from different parts of the ship. Mongol asks if Lobo killed Diana, Clark, and Bruce, but he says he only tranquilized them and claims that he misheard Mongol's command. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman burst into the room and start fighting. The Martian Manhunter puts a white Martian under mind control and heads towards the control panel. Lobo tells Martian Manhunter that he placed the back door that Martian Manhunter used to save his friends, but Martian Manhunter tells him that he planted the idea in his head. Lobo and Mongol fight while Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman fight the white Martians. Martian Manhunter fuses with the white lantern he brainwashed and forms a key with his hand, which he inserts into the control panel. He tells Mongol that half the key is in a white Martian and half is in green Martian, and he is the last of his kind. He sets the Warworld to self-destruct, and Batman reminds him of the innocent lives on the ship, but he tells him that they are no longer humans and have been brought into evil. A lady arrives and teleports Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to another ship. They watch as Warworld is destroyed, and she tells them that their help is needed elsewhere, as the fate of the universe is involved. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.